I'm Pete Nelson from Treehouse Workshop, and we work on tree houses all over the world. And the range of projects are wide. We've done a number of large tree houses, some live-aboard style, where we've got kitchens and bathrooms and the whole thing. But then we also do the other side of the spectrum, kids' tree houses, more simple projects, often a platform with a roof of some kind. I think our real specialty, of course, is connecting to the trees, and that interface between the tree and the structure is so important.
I think all kids have that urge to have a treehouse in their life, that little safe spot that they can call their own. And when you grow up, you maybe some people lose that, but when you get a couple acres of land like this and you have all these big, beautiful trees, that little memory, that little warm, fuzzy feeling comes back. And so the idea of having a treehouse is something, the day we bought this property, I wanted to put a treehouse on this property. And my two kids have been going, "Dad, we need a treehouse, we need a treehouse."
Yeah. Me and my dad have been talking about it since I was 7. He said, "Not until we finish the bathroom, not until we finish the well, and then we'll do the treehouse." And actually, they haven't finished the bathroom yet, so we got our treehouse before that.
So the idea that I can give my kids that warm, fuzzy kind of safe place for them to be too, someplace they can call their own, is very important to me.
So when I get a call from a client, many times they're not sure where to begin. And really, the trees themselves are the ultimate designers in this process. So my first suggestion is that I come out and have a look, see what sort of trees are available. Sometimes there's just one tree. Sometimes there's many possibilities and opportunities.
One of the many things we do and offer as treehouse builders is just to build a platform. Kind of maybe our biggest specialty outside of the house, but just to get a structure up in a tree, you need a safe, secure, solid foundation that's appropriate for the trees that it's in, or tree. Needs to be strong. The health of the tree is paramount. We work with some great arborists and tree biologists that have educated us over the years on this. And these platforms, we'll get a safe, sound structure platform up in the tree, and then the owner-builder can take over at that point, with some basic carpentry skills, and build the home that they've always wanted to build, whether it's by themselves or a project with their kids or somebody else. We just establish a safe, solid foundation.
I like to do a lot of work myself, and I thought about putting a treehouse in for a while, and I thought about how I would do it. And I had a lot of concern. You attach something to a tree and the tree moves and that thing slowly gets broken apart. So I called Pete and kind of picked his brain a little bit. The more he and I talked, the more I realized that one part where it attaches to the tree needs to be done professionally. Otherwise, all that work I spend on the rest of the treehouse in the next 10, 15 years is just kind of get torn apart as that tree moves in the wind.
How do you go about building something that's going to be safe, for the kids and for themselves, as well as for the tree?
Probably the most important piece of technology that we bring to this avenue of treehouse building is something called the tab.
The tab, the treehouse attachment bolt. We also call it the Garnier limb, or the GL, short for Garnier limb.
It's basically a large metal bolt that we drill and install under the tree that bears the weight of the treehouse.
It's a very versatile thing, and with our skill set, we can come in and take care of pretty much any situation that the trees have to offer.
And these things have to be strong. Some of these structures are significant. They have to be appropriate for the health of the tree, not inhibit the growth of the tree, obviously not kill the tree, allow the tree to still move and grow over the years. It needs to move in the wind. It needs to grow in its girth.
It looks kind of scary when you go up to the tree with this big drill bit and auger into the tree, and you do create a 3-inch hole. Well, the strategies, they vary from species to species, but most trees are going to deal with a wound like that by sending sap and then putting on some reaction wood and basically growing around that wound. And where we place this tab, the treehouse attachment bolt, the tree is quickly repairing itself.
This particular piece of hardware can keep a treehouse alive and functional in the trees for many, many years. I mean, there's who knows how long, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, because that tree can still grow and it can still move. We're not infringing the activity of that tree. background and like skill sets, we all have individual skill sets at Treehouse Workshop, and kind of my biggest one that I came to the table with was being a rigger on sailboats and tall ships for many years. And that technology is exactly what we're using in the trees to get, you know, people and tools and, most importantly, big, heavy carrying beams that are going to carry the load of the treehouse up in the tree. So we set ropes and blocks and pulleys and mechanical advantage and come-alongs and all this stuff up in the trees in a manner to pick, you know, 1,200 pounds up and perch it on a GL.
The way the structure was built is very important. Like I said earlier, I didn't want it to fall apart. I also have the most important thing in my life in there, my kids, and so I don't want this thing to fall apart when they're in there with their friends. So it was very important that it be done right and be done right the first time. So the structure is safe, sound, and strong, and I'm very happy with what I got out of that. So yeah, my inspiration for building a treehouse, you know. And then I get it after she's done with it.
So yeah, we had a busy time and some heavy duty rain, but we really enjoyed ourselves, and I know that's often the case, is to get people started with their treehouse and do it properly and have something that's going to last a good long time, be safe both to the people and to the tree, and then on top of that platform, go ahead and build your dream. Really, my main motivation in all of this is to get people back into the woods, and so I want to pass on the knowledge that we've gained doing this, and get people out there. It's a great way to get families together and friends together to build something, and all of a sudden you realize, wow, I'm in a really beautiful place, and so that's what I'd like to do, is just get people out into the trees.